What if every emotional reaction is a secret map guiding you to your truest self? As we uncover the hidden triggers behind our feelings, rooted in past pains and subconscious patterns, you will learn the keys to profound self-awareness and transformation. Stick around and subscribe for impactful insights that will change your life. Understanding these triggers is not merely a psychological exercise. It is a pivotal journey that can drastically enhance your self-awareness and emotional well-being. By exploring the nuances of these reactions, you are invited to delve into your own emotional landscape. A safe space where discovery, healing, and growth await. We all face moments when our emotions take the wheel, leaving us baffled or reactive. But what if you could shift that dynamic, reclaiming control over your emotional responses? Join me as we navigate the terrain of our emotions together, unveiling insights that could transform your life and lead you toward profound personal growth. Together, we will unfold the layers of our emotional selves, revealing not just who we are, but who we can become. Emotional triggers are defined as powerful emotional responses activated by situations, experiences, or interactions that resonate with unresolved issues from our past. These triggers often stem from unmet needs or traumatic experiences, laying a foundation for feelings of anger, anxiety, or sadness in seemingly mundane situations. Understanding emotional triggers from both psychological and spiritual perspectives reveals a multifaceted reality. On one hand, they are deeply rooted in our cognitive frameworks, while on the other, they present opportunities for profound personal growth and healing. From a psychological standpoint, cognitive behavioral theories shed light on how our past experiences shape our present emotional responses. For instance, when confronted with a situation reminiscent of a past trauma, we can react as if we are reliving that initial experience, often leading to disproportionate reactions. This response is tied to our brain's firing patterns and conditioned responses, where our current emotional state is hijacked by echoes of historical events. For many, this unwitting cycle may feel like being trapped in a time loop, reliving old wounds instead of addressing the present with clarity and intention. On a spiritual level, mindfulness emerges as a powerful tool to navigate these intricate emotional landscapes. By adopting a mindful approach, individuals learn to observe their triggers without judgment, leading to an enhanced understanding of these reactive patterns. Rather than viewing emotional triggers as barriers to personal evolution, mindfulness reframes them as valuable insights, offering opportunities to engage with our inner selves. This awareness creates a bridge to healing. Each trigger can then be seen not just as a challenge, but as a stepping stone on the journey of self-discovery. In essence, the potential that lies in understanding our emotional triggers is vast. They can illuminate our inner struggles and provide pathways toward healing, pushing us to confront the past in a constructive way rather than being dominated by it. As we start to recognize the significance of these emotional responses, we are invited to cultivate an environment of self-compassion and growth. Now that we have set the stage, let us explore the profound self-awareness that unfolds from identifying these triggers. Are you ready to face the shadow parts of yourself? This question might evoke a prick of discomfort, and that is completely natural. But let us dive into why addressing these emotional triggers is crucial for our self-awareness. When we begin to identify what stirs us, those emotional buttons that lead us to react or retreat, we unlock powerful insights into our own behaviors and responses. In doing so, we reveal not just what we feel, but why we feel it, and how our past influences our present. One particularly transformative perspective comes from Carl Jung, who introduced us to the concept of shadow work. Jung believes that the shadow encompasses those hidden aspects of our personality, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors we often suppress or ignore. By engaging with our emotional triggers, we are, in fact, engaging with our shadow. This confrontation allows us to bring unconscious patterns into consciousness, helping us to understand and reframe our emotional landscape. For example, if you find yourself irrationally angry at a minor inconvenience, that trigger might be tied to deeper frustrations or unresolved conflicts from your past. Recognizing this connection enables you to disengage from automatic reactions and begin responding more thoughtfully. This depth of self-awareness is not just an academic exercise. It is a profound spiritual journey. As we unravel our emotional triggers, we begin to realign with our higher selves and peel away the layers of limiting beliefs that constrain our growth. This process is akin to shedding a skin that no longer fits, allowing genuine authenticity to emerge. When awareness ignites, stagnation can turn into dynamism. By understanding our emotional architecture, we open the door to alignment with our true purpose, disrupting cycles of self-sabotage that can hinder our spiritual evolution. Have you ever noticed how moments of clarity can light up your path? Allow me to share a glimpse of my own journey. There was a moment, a single realization, that shifted my perception of not just myself, but of all my relationships. As we traverse this exploration of self-awareness, remember that uncovering your triggers is the first step toward not just understanding who you are, but who you can become. As we recognize the intricate connections between our emotional triggers and our sense of self, we discover the resilience necessary to navigate life's challenges. This understanding becomes the foundation for our next critical reason: fostering emotional resilience. Did you know that managing your emotional triggers is the key to resilience? It's a bold statement, but it goes to the heart of how we navigate the complexities of life. Emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep going in the face of adversity, is not just about grit. It's about understanding our internal responses to the world around us. When we confront and manage our emotional triggers, we arm ourselves with the tools to handle life's difficulties with greater ease. Research in positive psychology highlights some fascinating evidence. When individuals actively engage in identifying and working through their emotional triggers, they report as much as a 30% increase in their resilience levels. This is not mere speculation. It's backed by studies emphasizing emotional regulation strategies that cultivate a stronger sense of self and an adaptive response to stress. Techniques such as cognitive reframing, where we change our perspective on a trigger rather than letting it dictate our emotional state, empower us. By recognizing a trigger and reframing our thoughts about it, we can dismantle the automatic reactive patterns that have often served us poorly. Allow me to share a personal story that illustrates this transformative journey toward resilience. A few years ago, I found myself overwhelmed in social situations due to anxiety, an emotion that could be traced back to experiences from my childhood. An offhand comment from a friend would send me spiraling, accompanied by a flood of insecurities and a desperate need to withdraw. It was during one of these challenging moments that I decided enough was enough. I started keeping a journal dedicated to my emotional triggers, noting the situations that sparked intense feelings and examining the underlying causes. What I discovered was illuminating. My reactions were often tied to my past rather than the present. By acknowledging these triggers and consciously practicing mindfulness, taking a step back to observe my emotions without judgment, I began to feel the weight of anxiety lift. I learned to pause, breathe, and reframe my thoughts, which not only changed my response but also reshaped my interactions with those around me. Over time, what once felt overwhelming became manageable, and I found myself more grounded and connected in social settings. This newfound resilience opened doors to deeper relationships and richer experiences, reminding me of the power of awareness in fostering emotional strength. As we build emotional resilience, we empower ourselves to not only face challenges more effectively, but also to nurture our relationships in meaningful ways. The way we respond to our triggers doesn't just impact us, it profoundly influences those we interact with. Understanding our emotional architecture allows us to forge connections built on empathy. As we become more attuned to others' struggles and responses. And with this enhanced resilience, we are better equipped to tackle the complexities of interpersonal relationships, which we'll delve into next. Ever wondered why the same issues keep cropping up in your relationships? You're not alone. The dance of human connection is intricate, often leading us into familiar patterns of misunderstanding and conflict. But what if I told you that understanding our emotional triggers could be the key to breaking free from this cycle? By recognizing what sets us off, we can reduce those reactive behaviors that usually escalate conflicts, allowing for healthier, more meaningful interactions. Think about it for a moment. Every time someone brushes a sensitive nerve, our emotional history responds as if we're reliving that initial hurt. This isn't just personal. It's deeply rooted in the dynamics of attachment theory. Our early relationships shape our emotional responses in adulthood, often causing unresolved triggers to distort our perceptions of others' intentions. Whether it's a partner's seemingly innocent comment that feels like a personal attack or a friend's benign suggestion that ignites defensiveness, these responses can create rifts where understanding should thrive. The transformative power of awareness extends into our interactions. When we start to identify our emotional triggers, we shift from a reactive stance to an attentive one. It becomes possible to pause, breathe, and respond rather than automatically react. This conscious engagement fosters an atmosphere of openness and compassion in our relationships, reducing misunderstandings and deepening connections. To enhance this journey, spiritual practices can play a phenomenal role. One such practice is loving-kindness meditation, a simple yet profound method that nurtures empathy and compassion. By silently repeating phrases, wishing happiness and well-being for ourselves and others, we expand our capacity for love and understanding. With practice, we build a reservoir of goodwill that spills over into our interactions, allowing us to approach those we care about with a heart open to their struggles, rather than through the lens of our own unresolved pain. As we develop this emotional acumen, our relationships transform into spaces of growth and mutual support. With improved relationships, personal growth becomes an inevitable journey, revealing new depths of understanding in our lives. Isn't it inspiring to think about how much more connected we can feel when we take the time to explore our inner world and its impact on our shared experiences? What if your emotional triggers could guide you towards your highest self? This question might seem perplexing, but it holds a profound truth. Our emotional triggers often act as signposts, illuminating the areas within us that call for healing and personal development. When we can view these reactions through a lens of curiosity rather than judgment, we can identify where we have room to grow, transforming moments of distress into opportunities for transformation. This aligns beautifully with the concept of a growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck. Embracing a growth mindset means seeing challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as valuable opportunities for learning. When we begin to recognize our emotional triggers, we shift from a fixed perspective, which can keep us stuck, into a dynamic one where every experience opens the door to deeper understanding. As challenges arise, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? Instead of allowing ourselves to succumb to negativity, we cultivate resilience and adaptability, key ingredients for personal transformation. According to experts, embracing challenges catalyzes over 80% of personal transformations. That statistic underlines the power that our emotional experiences hold when approached with the right mindset. As we journey deeper into our emotional landscapes, we may also discover that these triggers can ignite spiritual awakenings. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest. Each trigger is a pathway leading you to a clearing of self-realization. These pathways can unearth long-buried truths about ourselves, leading to profound shifts in how we perceive our identities and our place in the world. The turmoil of confronting a trigger can be uncomfortable, yes, but it's often within this discomfort that the richest insights and shifts take place. By recognizing the emotional turmoil for what it is, a nudge from within to explore further, we can embark on a transformative journey that reshapes not just how we see ourselves, but how we engage with others. Consider the potential for growth that lies in acknowledgement. When you face an emotional trigger, you're not just reacting to a situation. You're tapping into a deeper layer of your being that craves attention and healing. It's akin to the natural process of a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, ready to embrace a new form. Picture yourself emerging, transformed and renewed. This is the possibility that lies in confronting your emotional triggers. As we lean into our emotional truths, we foster conditions ripe for personal evolution, allowing each challenge faced and felt to guide us toward the next stage of our journey. With newfound clarity on how emotional triggers catalyze personal growth, we inevitably come to realize that this journey is intrinsically linked to the necessity of emotional healing. This healing is not merely a gentle touch. It is an essential step that beckons us onward in our transformative journey. Have you ever felt stuck in your past? It's a haunting experience, isn't it? The echoes of unresolved trauma can often filter into our day-to-day lives, dictating how we react to the world around us. This weight can be particularly heavy when emotional triggers unleash a torrent of feelings tied to events we thought were long behind us. However, recognizing and confronting these emotional triggers is a crucial step toward healing, an opportunity to unearth buried pain and transform it into a source of strength. Emotional healing begins with awareness. Once we identify our triggers, we can confront the root causes that may have held us captive for too long. Therapy has long been a powerful avenue for addressing these unresolved issues. One particularly effective technique is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, which has gained recognition for its ability to facilitate trauma recovery. In essence, this technique helps individuals reprocess distressing memories, diminishing their emotional charge. By engaging with a trained therapist, individuals can confront their past trauma in a safe environment, allowing them to move forward unencumbered. Research shows that this technique can lead to significant improvements in emotional well-being, offering a transformative path away from pain. But healing doesn't solely occur through traditional means. Holistic approaches play an equally important role in emotional recovery. Practices like Reiki or other energy healing modalities offer an alternative route to restore balance within ourselves. Reiki, for example, focuses on channeling healing energy to unblock emotional stagnation, enabling the release of pent-up feelings and promoting inner peace. Anecdotal evidence supports its effectiveness in alleviating stress and fostering emotional clarity. As people engage with these methods, they often mention a renewed sense of lightness and openness in their emotional lives. As we heal, through the practical avenues of therapy or the gentle embrace of holistic practices, we discover the power of our choices, leading us to a more empowered way of living. This journey into emotional healing doesn't just promise an end to suffering. It opens up the possibility of profound transformation. Over the next few moments, we will explore additional surprising methods that can elevate your emotional recovery, reinforcing the idea that healing is not just feasible but is within your reach. As we draw this enlightening journey to a close, let's reflect on the 7 compelling reasons for understanding our emotional triggers. We've explored how this knowledge builds profound self-awareness, enhances emotional resilience, elevates our relationships, and serves as a catalyst for personal transformation. Each key insight we've uncovered acts as a stepping stone toward a deeper engagement with our emotional landscape, revealing the paths towards healing, growth, and ultimately, a richer, more fulfilling life. Now, as you stand on the brink of this transformative journey, I invite you to take actionable steps towards self-discovery. Start with daily mindfulness meditation. Allocate just a few minutes each day to focus on your breath, allowing space for any emotions that surface. This presence will guide you in recognizing and processing your triggers without judgment. Another effective tool is to maintain an emotional journal. Jot down instances when you feel triggered, along with your thoughts and feelings at that moment. Over time, this practice can illuminate patterns and empower you to respond rather than react. If today's insights resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content focused on emotional and personal growth. Your engagement makes a significant difference and encourages us to continue exploring these vital topics together. Remember, every step you take toward awareness is a step toward your best self. I am genuinely grateful for your time and openness today. Your journey of self-exploration could lead to transformative changes not only within yourself, but radiate outward, enriching your connections with others. You will not want to miss my top 3 actionable steps to start this journey today. Let's embark on this profound path together. Thank you for being part of this community.